You said you were going to do it. Now let's do it. It's set up perfectly for you. You got Swayman's feet wet. He's comfortable against the opponent. Allmark's been good for 2 months. Do this thing. So that's where I'm at. We'll see. Montgomery was coy about it today when asked. So, Stu, I forget. It's been so long since I've been in this world. When do they have to declare? So you find out who's playing when they come on the ice for the skate, right? Like whoever leads them out on the ice is pretty much the starter.
That's usually how it works. Yeah.
So, the pregame is, 45 minutes before the game?
Pretty much, yeah.
That sounds right, yes.
So, 45 minutes before the game, they come on the ice, and whoever the goalie is that leads them out is the guy. That's how you know. Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. There's drama.
Yeah, so I think,
It'd be about 6:15.
Yeah, so something like that.
It could be the only thing that's interesting about this Leafs-Bruins series. Who's going to be playing goaltender for the Bruins?
You don't find the series interesting?
Not yet. We'll see.
It's hockey. It'll be interesting.
I think it's awesome. I don't think the game one was great.
No, people are getting cocky now because the Bruins won the first game by 4 goals. The fact of the matter is this thing's probably going 6 or 7. We're just scratching the surface here.
You said we'll be on the air?
Yeah, 6:30.
Yeah,
we're on the air at 6:15.
What's your baseball show?
No, we got extended Felger and Mazz tonight because of the Bruins.
Says who?
Said the email chain this morning when Jimmy sent it.
I glossed right over that.
That's because you have your head up your ass.
So we're on till 6:30 today.
Yep.
We are on till 6:30 today, which means when the Bruins take the ice for that skate you were just talking about,
yes,
we will be on the air. Murray will be all over it. We'll be able to tell you at that time who's playing goal for the Bruins.
What else about the game?
Assume you get your head out of your rectum.
Couple of game thoughts.
Not likely.
As I get over the disappointment there of having to work an extra half hour.
I kind of like it.
Wait, you're upset about working? Who is this Felger and what have you done with him?
Listen, the Leafs are a good opponent for him.
I agree.
They are. Yeah, I mean, you can see it in this game. And that, I'm not, I picked the Leafs to win this series. I'm not going to come off it till I'm proven wrong. So I don't think the thing's over by a long shot. But the teams that give the Bruins trouble are teams that are aggressive, relentless on the puck, forechecking teams, physical teams, heavy teams, grindy teams, in that world.
Tight checking.
Okay, those kind of teams. Thank you. The Leafs are not that. But I think they tried to be in game one. I mean, you could see it. You could see them trying to get under the skin of Marchand and Domi. Domi right off the opening faceoff, but the big hit that Reeves tried to lay on Maroon on their first shift led to the goal. You could see Toronto trying to do that thing. And they just can't. They're just not heavy enough up and down their roster. They're not tight checking enough up and down there. They have a few guys, and those guys try and do their thing. Domi try and does his thing, and Reeves try and does his thing, and Bertuzzi tries to do his thing. But the rest of the roster isn't built that way, and so it's just it sticks out. And the Bruins just kind of bounce off it. Where against other teams, they don't. Other teams get into them and hold them down, and the Bruins, whatever the Leafs try and bring them, they seem to bounce off of. And a perfect example is Jake DeBrusk. You're playing a soft-ass opponent when Jake DeBrusk wins board battles, and Jake DeBrusk wins puck battles, and Jake DeBrusk is beating you off the rush, down the edge of the ice. That's when you've got room, when Jake DeBrusk shows up.
And he camps out in front of the net and nobody moves him.
Because Jake DeBrusk is the typical kind of guy that gets rubbed out by some of these tougher, tighter checking opponents. So, did we hit our three-team parlay on Friday?
We missed on Mitch Marner. We had DeBrusk getting a point in the game. We had the over in goals. We just didn't get Marner scoring.
Okay, but Mazz picked a good call on DeBrusk. It's a perfect opponent for him. And I love, during the broadcast, I almost clipped it. They said, this guy's going to get paid. And people are not talking, look at DeBrusk. He's woken up. It's the opponent.
Yeah.
It's the perfect opponent. That's why he shows up, because there's room out there.
Absolutely. Again, you look at the 2 goals that he scored. One of them, he peeled in from the top of the faceoff circle. No one challenged him. He strode in, shot it right inside the post. On the other one, he literally camped his ass in front of the net, put the stick down, put his foot behind it in case the puck made it through, and then just deflected it in. I mean, it was neither time did he get moved out of the way. And so this is why, again, I think at the end of the day, the Bruins are more disciplined in their own zone and committed in their own zone when they're playing right than the Leafs are. The Leafs don't even try.
So, I think Toronto tried to be aggressive. It got the worst of them. I said that, the pinch, that bad Ryan Reeves check and the pinch by the D-man led to that 2-on-1. Domi slashing Marchand. Domi cracking McAvoy in the back of the head. Like, it's just too much. Like, it's just, you're trying to do it. The rest of your team's not going to follow suit. That's not how you're built. I would just abandon it if I were the Leafs and try and outskate the Bruins and outscore the Bruins. You're not going to win that other way. That's not who you are.
The slash on the Marchand was the one that triggered the fourth goal, right?
Yeah, so there were two. I mean, the slashing right off the opening faceoff.
Yeah.
But then there was one off of a neutral zone faceoff or a blue line faceoff that led to the power play at the fourth goal.
Yeah, right. That's the one that got the penalty where he hacked him on the wrist.
The one bit of targeting that I think Toronto's doing that is working and will work is on Lindholm.
Yeah.
I think it feels like Bertuzzi was specifically tasked with getting after Lindholm. Once he checked him behind the net, behind the goal line, and Lindholm lost his legs and
knocked him right on his ass.
Right on his ass. There's another scrum in front of the net where Bertuzzi turns to him and clearly is targeting him. And then, by the end of the second period, Lindholm has some bad giveaways. Like, Lindholm's a problem. I think he's maybe not in this series, but it feels to me like he's a problem or going to be a problem.
They're targeting him. To me, it was plain as day. I am totally with you on this one. There were a couple of times where they went right after him. And look, he was +3 for the game. I think he was the only Bruin who was +3. So I don't want to tell you he had a horrible game, but it's noticeable when, there's a physical confrontation and he ends up on his ass. He's not a little guy. And he seems to he goes down easy.
Because he's just not that guy.
He's not.
He's not.
And they know it.
He's part of the... That's why, again, they were going to play him with McAvoy, and then they switched it up, I think. And he was mostly with Carlo. But I think they got to sort of protect him. Because I think he's a liability, and teams are going to target him, and they should. Because he's not that guy in the postseason, I don't think. Swayman was good. He was good. He was good early. Flashed his pad down low early, kept it scoreless, so it sort of set the stage for the first goal. He was great. Toronto had a 4-on-3 to begin the second period. He was really good. I do agree with Murray. He had some luck later in the second. There was a partial break that got through him. It sort of leaked through him. It just missed the net. And then he had that bad play where he tried to pursue the puck into the corner, and Matthews got it and hit the post right behind him. So I think there was some luck there from Swayman. But that being said, he is comfortable against that opponent. He definitely is. There was a great geeky shift in the third period. You see this where he blew up this guy? I can't remember who he checked, but he really big check down in their zone and then stole the puck behind the net against someone else and sort of set up a whole possession for the Bruins. Geeky feels like he's got playoff sort of edge or grit to him. Like he's got the proper play style for the playoffs, I think.
They got a couple of guys that surprised me a little bit. He was one of them. I thought Peak showed he's sort of not afraid to scrap.
Yeah, between Peak, Maroon, Geeky, I think Charlie Coyle always sort of feels more like playoff style to him. Yeah, just the size and the possession that he has. I feel like they might be a little more constituted than they've been in the past. Maybe just a little.
Geeky's been good for them the whole year. I thought he should have been the seventh player.
But it's not just that. It's the play style.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little more conducive.
Like I know what you mean. They're sturdier. Like, there's some sort of push with those guys. And I feel like there is a little more to their game this year of that stuff.
Overall, I'm happy it's here. We're here at we're at Hurricanes. It's 4:15, and the place is filling up with Bruins. It's like there's a difference between the Bruins crowd and the Celtics crowd.
Yeah, it's a big disparity.
The Bruins start early. They show up to the bar. That's what I mean.
I mean, it's generally white collar and blue collar, if you ask me. These guys are into it.
And then they don't stop. I was at the Encore Saturday night, so that game let out, and they all went there. All it was Pasternak jerseys and Marchand jerseys on the floor, yelling, watching a fight. I'm
like, Murray.
Oh yeah, they kept it going till late night.
Yeah, the Leafs are soft, Murray.
Yeah. So once again, who should start in net tonight?
Swayman.
Show me the sway.
Allmark. Allmark.
I never believed in this stupid rotation thing. I didn't want to.
But I hope it's Allmark.
Allmark.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.